Yeah, and you see that where, the point of this is to make money, right? Interestingly, the point is not to make headlines. The point is to make money. And making headlines is bad for business because the more headlines you make, the more people get focused on you and pay attention to you and start looking at you, and this is not good for business. One of the more interesting issues that's come up recently are some of the nation state kind of funded white hat hacker groups that occasionally cross the line. They hack the wrong people, and now their business model is directly under threat because they're being looked at by countries that have rule of law and just don't think it's any fun. And we're starting to see that now. Really, I think you're starting to see that with some firms in the Middle East at this point, which is interesting. But for the peace apps, if you really look at what's hitting them, once you go past ransomware, everything else is a distant second. I mean, it really is. There are other attacks, very bad attacks, but it's a distant second. You do have APT attacks that we expect to see. We have not seen a high incidence of them in a PSAP. And an APT attack, advanced persistent threat, that's where you start getting into nation states, right? You're getting into somebody who wants to come in, get into your system and lurk. And they want to gather intel and they want to look around and they want to make themselves at home for purposes other than making money. And so you're not dealing with organized crime typically, though in theory organized crime could act this way in a very long-term sense. Generally, they want their money now. In this case, you're generally dealing with the nation state. In this case, you're generally dealing with information theft. And so some PSAPs, depending on how they're organized, have a great deal of valuable information to steal. Many PSAPs do not, because again, on the call handling side, many of those records, depending on the state, are public. Right? Who calls 911? What they say, even recordings in a lot of states are public. So how much data you're able to steal from there, but it might be an interesting gateway to somewhere else.